Hey folks, welcome once again to Cooking with Charles. I'm your host, Charles. Tonight we're gonna make Chuck's Chicken Piccata. So get ready to channel your inner gourmet because we're going places tonight. But before we can do anything else, we're gonna start a little bit of rice. I get about 2 cups of chicken stock in here. That's boiling. Gonna stir in about a cup of rice. And then guess what? We're going to let that puppy sit on a simmer for about 20 minutes. So while that's going down to a simmer, go grab yourself a libation and come on back. Cooking with Charles is made possible by the generous donations of Sully's Superette, the Goffstown Network. If you need a helping hand, they're there to lend that helping hand. If you can lend a helping hand, they can use your help. Hey, you came back. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder if you will. Well, anyway, folks, if you're a fan of the show, you know we always cook with a libation. Tonight's libation is a Gallo Chardonnay. A great everyday wine. All right, let's check our rice. We got a simmer going, but it could simmer a little bit better. Every stove is different, and I'm going to put a cover on that. You don't want to lift the cover if you don't have to, but I can never trust what's going on underneath those pan covers, so I always check. My own thing. But anyway, tonight, Chuck's Chicken Piccata. What do we need? Let's get the goods up there. Tell you what you need to get from your pantry tonight. First and foremost, you need chicken. We got a nice boneless bits of chicken right here. You also need capers, some garlic, some dry white wine, some lemon, flour, some breadcrumbs, an egg, butter, olive oil, and we're going to add mushrooms to this, okay? So let's get started. All right, what we have here is a breast of chicken. First thing I'm going to do, because we don't really have a real sink around here, and this will help with the sanitation, is I'm going to take this bad boy out, and I'm going to cut it. Actually, I put the glove in the wrong hand, so I'm going to grab another glove. Luckily, they're right here. Yeah, you always want to wear a glove on your non-cut hand. So, here we go. Get this on there. Sticky fingers, sticky fingers. Okay. Perfect, okay. Get that out of the way. Now, here we have our boneless bits of chicken. What we've done is we've cut this in half because we're going to make little cutlets out of it. And we're also going to cut it right down the middle because what we want to do, folks, is we want this to cook relatively quickly. And the thicker it is, the longer it's going to take to cut. So, again, we are going to just cut that just like that. We're done with that. Now, we're going to pound it. So we're going to take our cutlets. We're going to put them in a bag, just like this one I have here. And you can do 2 things. You can either use a mallet, just like this, or one of those. This works fine too. So we're going to actually use this to show you that all you're going to do, make them nice and flat. Give them a good pound. What this does, it just makes them a little thinner. Oh, yeah, we don't need that right now. And that will make them easier and quicker to cook later. We're going to take these 2. Do the same thing with that, but we're going to use the actual mallet this time. Mallet does work easier, works faster, but either way works fine. All right, we are done with this stuff. Get that out of the way. And now we're going to get everything ready for the chicken. First thing we're going to do, And take some olive oil. Okay, let's put a few tablespoons right in there. And let's get this heating up for us. All right, now for our piccata, we are going to need a little bit of stuff here. All right, we'll get rid of this. And we're gonna have a little, I'm gonna reuse this pan too. Check this out. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our egg, gonna crack that right in there. Then, gonna take our fork. Now here's something you won't see on every show. You might want to add a little bit of water to that, or a little bit of wine. And again, try and use the wine you're going to be drinking to cook with, because that way you'll know you'll like it. All right, we don't need that, but we need the flour. We'll put that right in this pan. Spread that out. Don't need too much flour. We need, maybe half a cup at most. And then my favorite, panko breadcrumbs. And I'm always going to say this, because I don't know if it's in the show or not, but I always use panko because they're bigger, they're crunchier, and they don't absorb as much oil. All right, so let's start off with our chicken. Get our oil, get this oil really heating up. Also helps if you use the rear burner, not the front burner. So, get that going right there. So essentially all we're doing is we're making an assembly line right here. We're going to take our chicken. Again, I'm going to actually use a glove because it's easier than washing my hands all the time. At home, you get your sink handy. You won't need this. Okay, all we're going to do is we flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Now, the way we're cooking these tonight as well, I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees. So we're going to do flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Oh, look at this. Flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Get a nice coating. And I always say, use less breadcrumbs than you think you'll need, because, well, you can always add more breadcrumbs, and if you dump this whole thing in there, guess what? This whole thing's gone if you don't use it all. And it's very easy just to add breadcrumbs. So, last, flour, egg, breadcrumbs. And these are looking perfect. All right, so hey, we're done with this, guys. So let's get rid of these items. Voila. And while the pan's heating up, it's simmering. I think I don't have to look at this for a while. So, okay. See how this is going. Turn that up to about a medium high. And I'm just going to take just a touch of a piece of chicken. See how that goes. Yeah, you see? That could heat up a little bit more. So I'll tell you what, folks. You know what? While we're waiting for our pan to heat up, this may be a good time to tell you about the business end of what goes on over here, about how to find this show when you want to watch it over and over again. So, if you love this show and you want to watch it over and over again, go to my YouTube channel. That's right, I'm on YouTube, Cooking with Charles M. You can see this show and all my other fine gourmet offerings 24/7 and share that with your friends. I presently, as a matter of fact, I have 42 subscribers. And I have 7,800 views for all my videos. So I'm kind of impressed by that, but I can always use more. And you can also email me directly at cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. And coming soon, I'm going to have a Twitter account to show you. So I can live tweet during the shows if you want, when these air. So be prepared for that, folks. So if you don't have Twitter, you want to get Twitter, because by next show, I will have a Twitter account, and I will need followers. So with that being said, let's take a break right now. And let's refresh our wine glasses and our beverage glasses. Take a break. We'll be right back. 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. Welcome back. All right, we are ready. We actually got our rice going really well here. That's going to be good. I always cook my rice with chicken stock or even beef stock. It's so much better than just water. All right, let's get our chicken in. That's a nice sizzle right there. Again, we have a medium-high heat going on right here. Don't want to overcrowd the pan, but I'm going to force the issue a little bit, so I'm going to turn this up to high. And what I'm also going to do, if you've noticed, a little light in the breadcrumbs right there. So we can very easily just add some more as it's cooking on that right there. Look at that. Give it a little tamp down with the tongs. That's going to come out just perfect. There we go. Check that out. Now, as we cook these, we're going to do about, a minute or two aside. Because we have a smaller pan, we're going to do these in stages here. Okay? All right, next, let me get down here because I got to get some more stuff, folks. More stuff. All right, we're going to reuse this pan. Going to give it a quick wipe. This is going to be for our sauce. Although, oh, look at that, nice golden brown. That looks perfect. All right, we've got the oven heating up to about 400 degrees is what we're going to do. You know what? That's all broken. Let me cut this in half because we'll just get an extra cutlet out of it. What we're going to do is look at that, huh? That looks great. Let's check this. Rice is just about done, folks, huh? I'm going to turn that down real low, real low. All right, let's get this going. Off in the front, we're making our caper sauce here, or a piccata sauce, which is essentially lemon, butter, white wine, capers. Going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter to that. And we're going to let that start to melt down. Meanwhile, let's check our chicken. There we go. Let's get everything on high. Oh, getting nice and golden brown. Let's take that one off for now. Good. Okay, so we got the sauce going. While that's working there, you're going to take 2 lemons. Get the juice from those right in there. Make sure we take out any seeds that fall in because, well, we don't want seeds in there. Seeds get bitter. But we do want this juice. We want it all to reduce very, very nicely. 1 seed. Get out of there, seed. Okay, look at this. Oh, these are looking good. Perfect. All right, what we're going to do with these now, because they're about halfway cooked or 3/4 cooked, we're going to take these and we'll put these right in the oven. Those will sit in there for just a few minutes. We will move this up to the burner of importance. Right there. Okay, what else are we going to add to this? Well, we need about a 1/2 cup of white wine. A little more if you want, a little less if you want. You notice I didn't put any measurements up on the screen when I gave you the goods tonight. That's because you got to figure it out on your own sometimes. I'm giving the measurements as I cook with them, but you may not like those measurements, and it may work better for you to use different measurements. Okay, we're using about a good tablespoon of capers, which should be a measurement you use at home. Love capers. I love the juice from capers too. It's like a pickled flower bud is what it is. And now we have a couple of teaspoons of garlic. Like I said, it's a garlic white wine, butter, caper sauce. And we are just going to let that reduce. How awesome is that, huh? That is going to be great. All right. Let's get things cleaned up a little bit, folks, because we're going to get ready to plate this up very, very soon. All right. Give that a good stir. Let's check the rice. Looks good. Drink some wine. All right. Perfect. Everything's perfect. We have nothing to do now but wait. And guess what? That's where we're going to show you the next phase, the mushrooms. See, piccata is capers. Not always with mushrooms, but because you can add this, you can make it your own, as I used to say, and I still say, is add some mushrooms. Because if you like mushrooms, you're going to like it in piccata. So we're just going to give these a slice and a rough chop. Those will go right there. And I'll just do one more. There we go. Getting the chef cut on. Look at that, huh? Perfect. Very nice. You know what? Gonna add a little bit more wine to that because I want to compensate for the mushrooms that I added at the end. And I'm gonna add just a touch more butter. And this, my friends, is going to be one spectacular, awesome, incredible dinner. Check a mushroom out right now. So good. So good. The thing I like about a piccata, one, you can make this as chicken, like the traditional way. You can make it with steak, turkey, or pork. It always tastes great. It's also a great dish to do in the summertime or the wintertime. You know, instead of rice, use a hearty potato. side. It's just a great anytime dish. Oh, look at that. And if you like a thicker sauce, well, guess what? We can help you out too. We can always add a little bit of flour. And that is going to thicken it up for you. You can also make this dish with chicken stock. A touch of that will give it a lot more flavor in the chicken spectrum of things. But I prefer to have more white wine, more garlic, and more caper, and the brine from the capers. I mean, that's what I like about my piccata. Chicken will speak for itself regardless. All right, now I also have what I brought with me, a little side vegetable, but there's no cooking involved. Just a little bit of feta cheese, some tomatoes, and some cucumbers. Gonna go very nicely with this dish. All right, let's see what we got going on in here. It is smelling great, it is looking great. Oh, get my trusty. That looks great. Look at those. Those are perfect. Perfect. Now, when you take a pan out of the oven, remember, the handle is hot. I think we've all made that mistake of touching that handle. Now, if you want, you can pour this over the chicken. Personally, I'm just going to let it stay on the side. And voila. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh. Two beautiful cutlets. Some perfectly cooked rice. And last but not least, well, actually, no, this is not last but not least, but there's your piccata sauce right there. Tomatoes give that just the nicest blast of color. I'm not going to salt in this, but I know I'm going to want some pepper. What do you think, folks? Let's get a shot of this right over here. Check this out. Look at that. That is one scrumptious meal. Well, let's dig in. I will tell you how great I am in a second. Let me get a mouthful first. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. The panko crumbs give it just enough crunch and texture. And the rice with the chicken stock goes very nice with just a little bit of that piccata sauce that's going over on that side of the plate. Also perfect, perfect, perfect. And there's nothing better than a cold tomato and cucumber with pepper. We did it again, guys. Guys, we had another half an hour of culinary greatness. Thank you once again for watching. And as always, remember one thing. When you're cooking with Charles, you're cooking with good looking. We'll see you next week, folks.